Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The United States of America claimed that is unable to continue funding Ukraine. Therefore, Ukraine will lose. Well, we have an article coming from the New Voice of Ukraine, and we have John Kirby, the spokesperson, and he is telling us that the United States will not do it without the congressional support. Well, I have certain things to say about that, obviously. That's why I'm here. And let's unpack this little article and then show you how idiotic this claim is and what most likely will happen after these statements in real world. So let's start with, as I said, the New Voice of Ukraine. And this is the title. U.S. unable to continue Ukraine arms support without congressional vote, says White House. This guy over here, this is weasel right here. It's a weasel, but with power. And remember, this guy was not elected. This is appointed. Well, because he's a weasel, that's why. And Proto Watch. We don't like Proto Watch. We like Breitlings, right? Yeah. So the U.S. will not be able to continue supplying weapons to Ukraine until Congress approves a request for additional funding. White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby stated during a briefing on January 3rd. Now, it says, they'd have to stop, said Kirby. The president signed out the last security assistance package for which we had replenishment authority funds. That's it. We need the supplemental passed so that we can provide additional security assistance to Ukraine. End quote. Okay. Do you remember that that country called Israel received 2 packages of American weapons decided by Blinken, unelected official? Remember? So if you remember, the Secretary of State, the State Department, Antony Blinken, Jewish, he decided that there's an emergency in Israel, in the Jewish state. Therefore, the United States of America should cough up some weapons. They will sell them to Israel. The word that he called, because he determined it was emergency. So what if the same Secretary of State would help his Zelensky Stein in Ukraine help and provide him and Zhmyhal and Yermak with the same emergency package, and keep doing that, because it's going to be a perpetual perpetual emergency in Ukraine. Is Ukraine not the same level of value as Israel? No. Let's give the answer straight, including the coincidence between all these guys. Now, it is true that you may say, hey, we're talking about aid here. We're not talking aid being weapons, supposedly donating. And we're not talking about buying. Israel bought those weapons. They were not given those weapons, whereas Ukraine will be donated to, receive those for free. Well, it's okay. I'm pretty sure that the bill could be footed to us through some banks. So we will sell Ukraine weapons under the emergency situation that Blinken will determine, one person. And then we're going to make sure that Ukraine got the funding, got some funds from some, little loans that we're going to make sure that we secure them somehow. Easy. All this is garbage. So that's the first one. Right? The first one, that the war will, the Congress will not approve the funds. Now, I think that the Congress will approve the funds. Why? Because they are not their own people. They are in the hand of other interests. And one of that is the military-industrial complex. So they can't oppose that. Even senators, for instance, that I really liked, past tense used, I realize they're just in the same hands. So this is what the Congress is going to do. The Congress will vote and supposedly a package between funds to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, and the border. Because we lump these things together, they have the same value under the same package. Now, that is garbage. The US border should not be lumped with any other issue, okay? Especially with this garbage. So they try to create this mirage that, hey, it's a package and we negotiate. First, the border security is non-negotiable. Zero. Both parties, all parties, unless you're a traitor. What do you mean? You don't want to secure our house's premises? Our land? Anyway, that's one. So the Congress will approve, and I said, to show us that they really negotiate. It's a game. It's a farce. It's a play. This is staged. We're gonna negotiate. This is what's gonna happen. They will approve, but they will not approve 62 billion. They will approve 50. I said this many times. 50. See, we saved 12, and those 12 we're gonna put them, or we're gonna put 1 or 2 billions in the border security. Therefore, we negotiated for you, Republicans. There's no such a thing. Anyway, they use a name, Republicans, conservatives, to fool you, the conservatives. That party is not conservative. That party is hijacked by the same guys who hijacked the other party, which are the same party. Uniparty with the same parent. I told you, these guys, the two parties, are two identical twins, biological identical twins. All right, so they have the same parents. The difference between the two twins is that one has a mustache or a goatee, and the other one doesn't, but everything else is the same. Remember, and the parents are the, how do you call them, campaign donors. We don't give to one, give to the other one, and that's it. So Ukraine will receive money, and if they don't, and weapons, and if they don't, they will lose. Europe cannot pick up the tab money. They will not pick up and say, oh, we're gonna provide. They're trying. Supposedly now they're working to make Ukraine, how should I put it? The word they use, self-reliable, self-sufficient with weapons. How? If you're going to use your weapons here inside, what do you produce? It's like the communist system. We produce something for our internal consumption without the how. We have to sell it somewhere, so we get the money. We have to get the resources. We have to get how we build those things as a Ukrainian, let's say. So you need to do something with the West. But anyway, and who's going to finance you? Well, financiers are. Not a big deal. But supposedly they want to transfer everything outside of our eyes and the European citizens' eyes and move it towards, hey, it's Ukraine. Ukraine does it on its own. And the mass media will stop reporting that actually, no, it's the money coming from here. You're not going to find it that way. You're going to aid or something. You're going to use euphemisms. No weapons because they produce over there. But who supplies them with parts and all that? The Ukrainians are going to have from A to Z a war economy. Good luck, but it ain't going to happen. So they will receive the money. Don't worry about it. Otherwise, the war ends in a month. Or maybe in 2 weeks, as it was supposed to when the Russians invaded and NATO did not intervene at that time. When I said, well, full force, pop, we're not going to negotiate with you, the Russians, you. Let's go. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.